Hmm. There we go. Oh, yep, there we are. Oh, chill for a minute and wait for some people to join me and hopefully tell me that they can hear me okay. We will see. We will see. I just joined. Alrighty. I think there's a bit of a delay on the stream. Hello, Sharon. Can somebody please just give me a heads up just so I know that you can all hear me okay? Someone's giving me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Happy Saturday, everyone. Who else can believe that it's December? Uh, I cannot. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Hi, Susan. Can hear and see me. That is what we like to hear. I did a test a little bit earlier, and we've got a big storm brewing on its way. My window next to me is rattling away with the wind, and I had some trouble with my test earlier, so I was a little bit worried. Oh, thank you, La. Is it La or Lana? Thank you. Hi, Leslie. So yeah, I do apologize if there are any interruptions tonight because there is a storm brewing and it did already interfere with our internet a little earlier. I have taken my phone off our Wi-Fi, so feel like worst case, it's just going to stop me from being able to see your comments. But we'll persevere. We'll see how we go. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, Saturday, and it's December. The year has gotten away from me. I'm usually that annually organized person for Christmas, and I annoy everyone around me. This year, I am not. I think it's because of our holiday in New Zealand at the end of October. So I'm woefully behind, not just on present buying and prep, but also Christmas craft. So that's what we're doing tonight, getting some Christmas craft on. But if you haven't already, please jump on to the Natalie May Scrapbooking um, Creative Community Facebook group. It is a wonderful place full of incredibly talented artists, mixed media specialists, scrapbookers, card makers, you name it. And the community is all about helping each other, encouraging and supporting each other, and just somewhere to share your art. I'm not sure how it is for anybody else, but I've actually only got one friend that I know in person, in a regular part of my life, and that's Naomi, that appreciates the mixed media art style of my life. So, it's nice to have a community that you can go to as well. Hey, Sharon's picking modeling paste off your hand. Look, I have been crafting today and I did just quickly go and wash my hands. I was making tags and things and I was using my fingers with the paint. I thought, oh, I better go wash them before I start. It means you've had a good afternoon, Sharon, if you're picking modeling paste off. So, in true Tegan fashion, I don't really have a plan. What I do know is I want to work with Natalie May's bauble cuttables. So they're gorgeous, aren't they? Nat, the other day, if you caught her live, she showed what she's been doing with them. And she's been, cutting it out in its rectangle form and making beautiful card fronts. And then, of course, for our fussy cutting lovers, there are these beautiful pages as well. I'm thinking I'm actually going to do a journal page. So we did have in our Facebook group, I asked, what do you guys want to see? And a few people did say it'd be good to see more how to use the cuttables in journal pages. We know cuttables are great for cards. We know they're great for ATCs and tags and things like that. But I also do use them in my journal as well. So, and if you think about them, these are art by Marlene, ephemera pieces from her die cut books. I think of them a similar way, except you just have to fussy cut them. Not great for those of us who don't really love fussy cutting, but still, I do use them quite a bit. So I thought I would do that. Here's another one. That's a Natalie May cuttable. I thought I would do a page in my little journal. The journal I'm using is the Uniquely Creative 6x6 white. I love these journals. It comes in the white. It also comes in the craft. Um, Dina Wakely used to have a similar journal, of which I also used to love. And when she stopped making them, I was devastated. And thank you to the Uniquely Creative crew and Nat for working on this and making this happen for us because I love the size. It's really good for sort of the smaller ephemera pieces and the smaller collage and cuttables. So that's another cuttable from Matt as well. Some of Nat's stamps for a journal page. But because it's Christmas, I think we'll work in the white one tonight. Are we getting next week? Oh, yes. Yeah, Sharon, it's horrible, isn't it, when you don't, you know, I want to talk about it a lot, but no one wants to listen to me. No, that's not true. I'm actually very fortunate. My beautiful friend Naomi actually only lives 5 minutes around the corner. Obviously, that's Naomi, the fellow Nat brand ambassador. And my beautiful 10-year-old daughter actually really enjoys it as well. So I shouldn't say I have no one, because that's not 100% accurate. Now, I'm thinking, let's be adventurous tonight because I've also got these gorgeous studio light paper elements. They're all Christmas themed. We've got this one's called Classic. It's a silver um, embossing, not embossing. It's a silver, there's a word for it. It'll come to me 10 minutes after I finish the live. Then there's a gold one called Sentiments Trendy. And then there is, it's like a foil. Foil is the word I'm looking for. It's written right on the packet. There's a bronze one. I actually think it kind of looks rose goldy. I want to use this. I want to use, I think the red ones. Oh, you poor things, you'll have to see me fussy cut. And I also recently acquired this mosaic cobblestone Dina Wakley stencil from Nat. And I don't know, it's giving me a Christmas feel. When I first saw it, I thought it pine coney as well, but I don't know, I like it. And I think we're going to have a play with that. And you rely on us, Canberra and Adelaidean friends. Love it, Susan. Well, this is, I think, one of the good things, right, that came out of COVID is it brought people together. We all had to sort of adapt and innovate. Oh, do I want to use those? Let's have a quick squeeze through them. Look at these. Actually, I think I've changed my mind. I do that quite a lot. I think, I think we're going to do a cutout page. Oh, I think we're going to do a cutout page, team. All right, let me find my scissors. I'll also just apologize in advance. I had to rearrange my desk because my little art studio also doubles as my work office because I do work from home a couple of days a week. And the weather is warming up here in Canberra. We've had a couple of 34, 35-degree days, and I have been sweating through them in this room. Our air conditioner is in the lounge room and it doesn't reach into here. So I bought a little desk fan, and I'm hoping you guys can't hear it because it is currently blowing in my face. Um, there, so I remember which one it's called. Oh, didn't cut that well. So I had to rearrange all my craft supplies. So things that I'm used to being where I thought they were aren't. So I might seem like I'm scrambling a little bit, and I apologise in advance. Hello, Susan Hannaford. Welcome, welcome. All right. So for our cutout page, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get a lead pencil. So I've cut it out around the cuttable, and I'm just going to very quickly pencil around it because I want to make a little window. I'm going to stick this one here, and we're going to make maybe a little window. When I normally do cutout pages, I don't measure, I'm not precise. I kind of eyeball it, but because I know like this has got a definite size, tracing around it is a good idea. And this is the other fantastic thing about these uniquely creative journals, is you can do cutout pages. I've seen, Neve and Claire and lots of other people do cutout pages in a little bit on the inside. I'm not going to go directly with my pencil line. I'm going to try and go to the inside of it. They've done cutout pages in like the Ledger Journal or the Dilutions journals and things. I have attempted it, but because the paper is thinner, I personally, I don't think they hold as well, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. But these journals are perfect for cutout pages. Let's get in that corner where you buggered that up a little bit, Tegan. And just excuse me, I'm not going to look at the comments for a minute because I feel like while I've got a knife in my hand, it's a bad idea not to take my eyes off what I'm doing with it. So I know Sharon's been crafting today. Has anybody else taken on any little projects today? I'd love to hear about them. Oh, can't hear now. Oh dear. Is that everyone? 41 today. Oof. Can somebody else just give me a heads up if you can't hear me? I knew this storm was going to be a problem. I'm not thrilled about that. Mm. I got a love heart. I'm assuming that means other people can hear me, maybe? Oh, didn't cut this one through deep enough. Matt, can you just go on to Nat's Facebook page? Thank you. And just tell me if you can hear me. I'm not sure. Oh, Susan can hear me. Thank you, darling. Oh, you can't hear the fan. See, that makes much more sense. Thank you. Panic averted. I'm all good, babe. Thank you. This is the problem with I'm live streaming, but there's a slight delay. So I say something, and then you lovely people respond, and then I've forgotten the context of what I said. Oh dear. Now I'm going to keep that because I am a scrap collector. There's always something you can use it for. Now I didn't cut that too well, and I'm not real happy. I'm just gonna do. Maybe I'll hold my knife a bit better. Mm, that's all right. We can fix that with some glue or some gel medium to seal it up. It's not a problem. Yes, sorry. Thanks. Thanks for clarifying that. Must be more mindful of what I'm saying and what I'm waiting for responses on you from. Susan's been doing bits and pieces. Oh, Claire's December challenge. Yeah, I didn't do Claire's classes this year. I'm actually a little bummed, but I had a very, very busy year with my holiday and some changes at my work, and I just actually couldn't commit. And I'm finding now, being on the design team, or not the design team, the brand ambassador team, sorry. Um, like yeah, I just didn't really have time to do them. I'm gonna actually try and do next year's though. I've bought about 6 NAT classes that I haven't, I've got the kits and I haven't even looked at them yet. Isn't that shocking? Shocking, shocking. Including the one that I was looking most forward to, which was the back when she released the book girls. And I've still got that class kit sitting there. Right. So I've just erased my pencil marks. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. So I'm going to do a little cut-out page. I'm going to grab some acetate. So for those unfamiliar, acetate is a piece of plastic, basically thick plastic. I've seen lots of people use different forms of acetate. You can get it from art and craft shops. I find that quite expensive. I actually got this from Officeworks. You know, the spiral bound books that you can bind yourself? This is the front clear cover of that. And I find they actually work really, really well. I'm going to chop it up while I'm chatting. Um, I've seen other people quite cleverly get laminating sheets, run them through their laminator with nothing in it, and use that as their acetate sheet. So there's lots of different ways you can use it. Quite a few steps that also come on an acetate sheet, and I've seen other people recycle as well. I love a bit of recycling. Oh, Susan, you've been making Christmas tags. Yeah. So, oh, the December challenge. I know what you're talking about now. I should put that up on, what did I just do? That's the wrong one. This is the problem when you're using something clear on your desk. There it is. No, that is the right one. It is the right one, geez. Yeah, see, I haven't had time to even really look at her challenge yet either. I did see it pop up and I thought, oh, I'll get back to that. Famous last words. Okay, I'm going to move the clear things to where I know where they're going to be. Alrighty. Yeah, that's what I want. So we're going to have a little window into our baubles, and then I'll come and decorate the front. But first, let's work on the back page. So we're going to glue this one in first. Oh, that's clever, Susan. Susan uses old overhead projector sheets. Yes. See, that's a good idea. See, innovation and creativity. Love it. Now, I'm just using a normal glue stick for this because it's one big solid piece. If it was, do you know what? That's just, there it is. Okay, we need to move it before I lose it. Stay there so I know where you are. Um, if it was a piece that I'd fussy cut out or a small piece, or depending if I wasn't sticking it on something completely flat, I would have used my Better Mix Media glue. But for this, the glue stick works just fine. All right, let's work on this background first. I'm going to need paint, so I'm just going to move some of my bits out of the way. See, I've lost all of my, where all my bits go. I was contemplating doing a watercolor page, but I think I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to go with some good old Being Awakely acrylic paint. I like some of the colors in the background here. I'm feeling sapphire-y. I think I'm feeling elephanty and maybe minerally. Mm. There's pops of orange in there too, isn't there? But I don't. I'll put mustard there. Is it mustard or is it cheddar? It might be one of them. We'll just pop them there and we'll see how we go. There is not enough hours in the day, Susan, at all. There's just not. Oh my goodness. And then, I don't know if this happens to anyone else. Sometimes I find I've got a spare day or I've got a spare little while, and then I get stumped. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go from here. So I've done a lot of finger painting today, and I'm going to continue that trend on. I don't want to overpower this beautiful sapphire. Okay, we're getting messy, team. We get messy. Love a bit of mess. I'm just going to leave that there for now. I'm going to come in with elephant first. It's the darker grey. Oh, hi, Daddy. Couldn't find you, but you're here now. Thank you for joining us. I'm doing some Christmas craft because it's me, and of course I am. Alrighty. So we're just going to add a bit of the elephant here. So always remember, because this looks quite hideous at the moment, right? I agree with you completely. One of Naomi and that's favourite sayings that I have absolutely picked up off them is there's always an ugly stage of an art journal. Now, because my colour is a bit different to the background here, I'm also just going, oh, that was too blue, Tegan. I'm also just going to use my finger to add a bit in here. The great thing about these cuttables is the quality of paper that they're printed on. I'm getting a little bit on the baubles, but I can quickly, straight away come in and take it off. Do that again. So if I get a little bit on that orange, that's fine. I'm just going to take it off from where I want it. Obviously, the blue that I accidentally put there was a mistake. But that's okay. I learned early on in my mixed media exploration. So this is why I tend to come in without a plan, because some of my favorite things I have ever done have been an accident. Have been a whoopsie, didn't mean to put that there. And then what it presents you with is a challenge of how to deal with the mistake. And that's honestly where I learned quite a lot of my techniques was in making mistakes and having to address them or do something about them. I mean, the easiest solution always is hide it. Everything can be hidden. There's quotes, there's ephemera, there's stickers. And at the end of the day, If it's a really, really big whoopsie, you can cover it up. Throw some gesso, cover it up. I remember being really afraid of using black, especially black gesso. So I'm just using mineral now, which is, you can see the difference between the dark, deep grey of the elephant and the more blue grey of the mineral. Oh, running out of mineral. That's not good. All right, so I think our ugly stage is looking pretty ugly, and I'm happy with that. Just going to bring that in a little bit more there to try and blend it a little bit more. Now, because I've used my fingers to put this on, you can see there's a definite line now around where I've stuck that cuttable in, because it's obviously higher level than the paint. So I'm just going to grab a paintbrush now. See how hot it is? This paint has already dried on my glass palette. There was a little lump there and it has already dried. And I'm just going to come in with a paintbrush and just hide that line. There we go. I don't think it's as worrisome with the grey, but I'm still going to go in and do that. So, coming up to Christmas, what's everyone's big Christmas plans? Is anyone going away? I've always dreamed of going away for a white Christmas somewhere. I always sit here and chuckle to myself when we're doing uh, art journal pages and tags, and they're all full of snow and snowmen while we're sitting here sweating. Which is why I really loved this year that I think it was Uniquely Creative came out with the Australian Christmas ephemera. I loved that. Loved it. Loved it. All right. Ooh, I am really running out of mineral. Another order with Nat is on the cards. And did you all catch Nat's live the other day with her new release? Oh my gosh. First of all, Nat, a couple of months ago, I think now, came into the chat for our Natalie May Creative community group, and asked, what would people like to see? And quite a number of you said, pets. We want pets. We want pets. Plus lots of other things. I think Asian was one of them, sort of Asian cultural stencils and collage papers and things. So you ask, Nat delivers. If you haven't seen it, go back on the Facebook page. The live is viewable still. Oh, well, the replay of the live is still viewable. And check out what she's done for us with pets. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I have got some beautiful animals in my life, and they really are good for the soul, right? Okay, so I'm going to go with the Dean Awakened stencil now. This one is called Mosaic Cobblestone. And I've got this pop of blue in the corner, but what I'm going to do is just bring it down a little bit in the rest of the page. I don't want to overpower the baubles. So which way do I want it going? Up or down, up or down? I think we're going to say down. Okay, so using this stencil, I'm just going to bring the blue into the rest of the page and also attempt to blend the background into the rectangle of the cardstock of the cuttable. So we'll just come up here and do the same. Goodness, this paint is drying so very fast. Oh, there we go. And we're going to do it in 3 places. We know that the eye likes triangles, and we know that it likes. Oh, I thought I had enough paint, but I clearly did not. So you notice that I don't put paint through my stencil the same way as some of our other ambassadors. They really like the blending tools, these doobers. I don't love them. I'm one of the weird ones that doesn't love them. Um, I'm sure it's because I just use them wrong. I have this problem. They just don't stay. They don't Velcro on as nice for me as they seem to do for everybody else. And I try very hard not to get the paint soaking into the Velcro, but no matter what I do, it comes undone. So I have not yet bought the expensive Art by Marlene sponges. So these are just Kmart cheapies, and you can see I just cut the tips off because I have attempted to wash them before and they kind of just disintegrated on me because they're cheap. You get what you pay for, right? Absolutely get what you pay for. I want one more stencil. And, hmm, now, this stencil actually came from a Claire class back in 2024. I don't think it's one you can buy anymore. And I'm going to go back in with Elephant. And now I'm not sure if people are just not talking or my screen's frozen and I can't see the chat. So if you guys are talking to me and I'm not responding, I apologize. Big circles, little circles. I think we're going to go big with the elephant. So one of the great layering tricks is to not overcomplicate your page with too many different colors. So I've used 3 base colors here on this page, and I'm getting quite different effects with the way that I'm layering them. So I'm layering the elephant over the part that's mostly mineral. You saw how I brought the sapphire blue down. I'm going to, that's elephant on elephant there, but if you watch, let me bring this up. It is elephant on elephant, but because I've let the original layer dry and I've got the sapphire in between, it is a more subtle effect, but it's still an effect, right? Without adding another color to overwhelm the palette, so to speak. And we'll just bring some of this up here too. When you're using a lighter color on a darker color, if you want the color to be opaque, you're going to have to keep the stencil in place, wait for it to dry, and then go over again. Otherwise, you get a more transparent effect like that, which I'm happy with. I don't mind. Now, to finish this page, this back page off for now, before we move over to the front, I'm going to add one more color, and it's going to be just a slight pop. And I think we're going to go mustard. These are my 2 color choices. This is cheddar, this is mustard. I think we're going to go mustard. One of my favorite color combinations is mustard and malachite. Now, I didn't snip my makeup brush this time because I went from a grey to an orange, so I'm not worried about making mud. And the grey is not going to change the colour of my mustard. So now what I'm doing is looking at where I've got gaps, and I just want to frame around and just adding this one extra colour in just little pops. Nothing too overpowering, see, just a little bit. I'm also not sticking to the rule of 3 here because I am just doing little pops. This is about bringing a little bit of balance to the page. I will come in with some black soon as well for some contrast. We're just going to do a few little pops. I think I'm happy with that. No, I'm not. I'm just going to add a little bit right in the top middle. Yes, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Nobody's talking. Okay, good. It's just not me. That means you're either really captivated by my ramblings or I'm not asking good enough questions to answer. Came back out of your craft room using the mark making stencil. Oh, that one that I was just using. Oh, brilliant. Great minds, right? Great minds. Look, my cord was tangled. I'm just going to blast this with my heat gun. I've got my heat gun from that um, nearly 3 years ago. And I tell you what, quality-wise, just said, God, she's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Beautiful. I probably didn't even need to do that again. It is so hot in here. Now, let's check our acetate on. I was going to use my tiny attacher, but I think I will. Will I do it? I will glue it, but not yet. Okay, what we're going to do. I have a plan. Doesn't happen often, but I do have a plan. And there's lots of cat hair on this now, so let me just give that a wipe. All right, you can't see it, but my acetate is here. I'm going to grab some of my comic ink. Nat sells this. It's my favorite splatter medium. I've got both the black and the white. It is brilliant for splattering. Splatters for days. I'm just going to take, I think this is a cheapy fan brush. Oh no, this is the one I got from that. I've got a really cheapy one that I use for mediums, when I'm splattering mediums. So I'm just going to dip the tip of it into my water. Just throw some water there. Tip it in there. And we're going to mix it. This is already runnier than acrylic paint, but it still does, I find, just need a touch more water to get a really nice splatter. There's my acetate. I can't even see it. There it is. And I'm just going to splatter my acetate. Guess what I'm making, team? What effect am I going for here on a hot Australian summer day for Christmas? It is snow. It'll snow now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Maybe if I can you see it like that? Beautiful. I'm just going to put you captivated, Susan. I'm glad I can captivate you. I'm just going to pop that aside to dry before we glue it in. And I am going to get a wet wipe. I'm actually on a bit of a mission to reduce my waste footprint with my craft because I did notice that I was going through wet wipes like they were going out of fashion and paper towel and all those sorts of things. Even I will say the tearaway palettes are good, but the glass mat's better. It just reduces the amount of waste. And I say that as I'm constantly cutting and throwing out makeup sponges. So, baby steps. I am trying. I'm trying. What I have now is this gorgeous towel, hand towel, and a second one. So, and what I've noticed, I must say, over the last, I was buying a box of wet wipes from Aldi probably every couple of months. I've only bought one box this year and it's December. So it's working. The other thing I've also got that I sometimes use is those makeup um, pads, those makeup remover pads to wipe off my paintbrushes and things like that. I know I damaged my journal. I took it on an adventure to an event, a card making event here in Canberra, and I dropped it and it broke the binding. So a bit devastated, but that's okay. We can fix things like that once the journal's finished. All right, I'm just going to get some scrap paper now because what I'm about to do, I don't want to get onto this back page. And as you've coaching, I have no idea what I'm doing. I need a plan. Mm. Mm. Do I have a plan? I might have a bold plan, guys. Let's have a look. Where are my collage papers? Backgrounds. No, that's what I want. No, that's Halloween stuff. Here we go. Look at this. I love the branches here, but it's actually giving me Aussie Christmas vibes, right? Oh, so maybe what we can do is, and I don't know if they're in here. I actually don't know if I've got any left. Nat did a bush release recently. Oh, yes, here we go. Here we go. I did have some left. Oh, this is not the best angle for you guys. I apologize in advance. Mm. Mm. Will that overpower the page? No. No, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna stick with it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So these are Nat's collage papers, of which we are so lucky that she does some fantastic releases of throughout the year. We keep those colours out. I picked this one. I did have one in there that was quite pink, but when I look at my background piece, I've already got the blue, right? And the green, well, not green. Well, there's a little green, but I've got blue in this that's going to tie it hopefully together. And this is not something I've done before, which is stick collage paper on a color page. So let's go with it. Let's lean into it. A chaotic Saturday night. It's Tegan Sunday. Don't wish your weekend away. I'm actually a bit excited for tomorrow. I have a very rare moment when my husband and son are out, and so is my daughter. And I have some time without any obligations. I'm very excited for it. And I'm going to pick up my beautiful mother. We're going to go get our nails done because, goodness, they need doing. And then we're going to go Christmas shopping. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a paintbrush for my gel medium. Right. They're gorgeous, aren't they, Susan? I've done a few pages with them. I must admit, when she did this release, I was away. I was on my holiday. Um, so when I came back, there was a second new release, and I didn't really get a lot of chance to play with them too much. So, right, I'm not going to be very careful about what I'm doing here. For those who've been following me for a little while now, you know that I'm a bit more grungy in my approach and my style. Naomi always loves it when I get a bit girly with my pages. She thinks it's fantastic because I'm a little bit more grungy. Um, I really get inspired by artists like Man Ray, and sort of the mark making stuff is my jam. Absolutely my jam. So when we've got Nat's papers like this, collage papers where the beautiful colour on the front is really vibrant, it is actually better to flip them over, hold them into some light, and use your water paintbrush around them that way. But I did it on the front there, and that's why it looked a bit tricky because I wanted to see what I was grabbing. All right, into our gel medium, and we're going to border our cutout page. Hopefully this works, hey? And then what I think I might do is run away from you for a second and go and find that Christmas ephemera from Uniquely Creative I was talking about before, the Aussie themed one. So, see if you can see the collage paper has come over my cutout. I don't care. I'm not going to try and cut that out. I'm actually okay with the way it's going to frame that page there because I'm not looking for perfection here. Give myself a guideline. Oh, get a bit more water, Tegan. So you can see how really easy it tears up here where there's not a lot, but see how the water takes a little bit more effort to get over the colour here? So that's why we suggest going from the back on the higher colour ones. Yes, 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 yes. Again, these bits, I don't throw them out. I might even use them again in a moment. I've actually been on TikTok recently. Now, my God, I think when TikTok first became a thing, I swore black and blue that I wasn't going to get on it. Like, how many social media platforms can we keep up with, right? I just saw it as a little bit silly. And then there was the whole TikTok ban thing. And I'm like, yeah, I sort of laughed and thought that was funny. However, saying all of that, I'm now on TikTok. It's a good platform, getting the word out more about Nat and our community, which is really good. I'm going to blame Ella. It's all her fault. She convinced Nat to get on, so then, we all followed suit, right? Ooh, 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 look what I'm going to do. Are you? Yes, you are. Of course you are. So, yeah, I blame Ella entirely. But what I've found on there is that there is a massive community of junk journalists. So I've never, well, I won't say I've never really thought much about doing junk journaling. When I was in New Zealand, I did a travel journal, which is all the basic elements of junk journaling. And what I recently discovered, oh, it's going to be good there, is there's a big community. I'm getting distracted and I'm losing my train of thought. So I was going to ask you all, do any of you do junk journaling as well as art journaling? There is a trend that I discovered. It's called the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal, and it's groups of journalists. Oh, you're getting a dip pen, Sharon. Darlene, I have one. They are gorgeous. I actually used my dip pen for all of my Christmas cards this year. Um, Not that I've finished, but I will continue to use my dip pen. And the India ink, I've actually got to buy some more. That sells gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. You are not going to be disappointed. One of my favorite buys of the year, I reckon. Haven't been to Nats for 5 weeks. Oh, Michelle, you have got some self-restraint there. I don't think I can go a day without looking at the page. Forever refreshing that new. What's she got now? What's she got now? Oh, okay, I am just cutting this with some very terrible scissors. So I've completely lost my train of thought. I was talking about, oh, that's right, this travel Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal, based off that Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants book and movie. And so what it is, it's groups of women who get together. Oh, I don't properly, Tegan, and they each create the start of like a junk journal, and they do like an about me page, and then they send it around to each other, and they all contribute. They've got like interactive pages, and then they all do a spread page as well. It looks like a lot of fun. So I've gone and joined a group, and I've roped somebody else. Peggy is going to come along with me and do it with me. So yeah, I was going to ask. Let me just have a quick check of the comments. Well, you've been on TikTok for ages. Sharon, I'm going to look you up when I finish my live then, darling. I think I've got like 3 friends. Very, very new. Planning on doing some ASMR journaling with pet washi stickers. There you go. Well, I was thinking about it, and I don't know whether I love, like, I've seen a lot of junk journaling. I don't know that I don't feel like I'm going to go to Big W tomorrow and then come home and stick the receipt into a journal, um, which I think it's a core concept of a lot of the junk journaling side, which is totally fine. Like, I think it's brilliant. If that's what people use for their creative outlet, I love that. But when I was in New Zealand, and let me just find it quickly, hang on. When I was in New Zealand, that's exactly what I did, right? This is my travel journal from New Zealand. I took paints, I took watercolors, I took all my sort of mixed media kit, and I didn't use it. I ended up putting in plane tickets, and that's the tag from our luggage. This was a chocolate wrapper. I mean, you can see why I kept that, right? Like, that is stunning. This is actually the artwork they had painted on their walls. That place was gorgeous. But that's what I did. Stickers, like that's our undercover car park parking pass. Goodness me. But I think because of where I was and what I was doing at the time, like, these are the memories I want. There's another chocolate. I ate a lot of chocolate over there. They had some nice chocolate. So I really started to then get the appeal of, oh, I can see what junk journaling might mean to some people, right? So this is my ticket. It's the main reason I was there, to the Lord of the Rings world. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give this Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal a go. And if it turns into another junk journaling hobby, like, I need more reason to do more art. Alrighty, look at that. I love that. I love that. I love that. But at the moment, you can't tell. Oh, yeah, thank you, Sharon. I just loved it. Loved every second of it. So this is my acetate with my paint splatters. It's dry. And I'm going to put it, and there's our little snow effect. Now that I've said that and done that, I was talking about an Aussie Christmas, wasn't I? Mm. That's okay. We can combine. You keep all your travel bits in tended journal them. You've got boxes of them. But Susan, you travel so much, I wouldn't be able to keep up with that. But yeah, it is quite nice. And I do I only went back in October and it was my first big holiday in a long time. I've been battling some awful health conditions. I won't get into all that tonight. But it's really nice to, yeah, come back and sort of go, oh my God, I've got this cute little momentum. It's sort of better than buying a postcard, right? Okay, sorry, watch out, Tina. That's just my dog. She's riding my way. I've got all my Christmas craft stuff on the other side of the room. So what I'm going to do, oh, the door is fine. My Christmas ephemera. There we go. I've got a big pile. I'm hoping the one I'm looking for is in there. See how long I've been going for. What's the time? Goodness, quarter two. Yeah, I've been rambling, haven't I? Here it is. This is the Aussie Christmas ephemera. So you're going to look at this and go, Tegan, your packet's full. Have you not been using it? This is my second pack. I used it that much. Have a look on Etsy at junk journal kits. Some are really awesome. There is, yeah, that's true. There is different. That's what I'm learning on TikTok. That there's actually different kinds of junk journaling, and some of the ones that I really like the look of is like the collage style. Look at Santa with his AFL ball. Love it. Now I don't actually know if this is matching my page. I mean, these are definitely going to match the page. Oh, look, no, look, yes, 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 yes. Yes. For the weird animals, right? Some of yours dates back 15 years, Susan. Oh my gosh. Maybe that's what we can do at the retreat, darling, together. Start doing some of our, well, not that I've got any more travel journal stuff, but I will. Don't worry. Oh, emu, emu, emu. Gotta have an emu. Yes. Okay. We're going to do Aussie Christmas critters. What do you reckon? I don't want to overpower it. I'm just throwing the ones that I'm considering. I'm not necessarily going to use all of these. I definitely want some of these gorgeous gum leaves though on my acetate. I think that one. Yes, yes, yes. And some smaller ones. Look at Surfing Santa. Love him. Love that. Dingo, Hornbat. I've already got a koala, don't I? Yeah, but that one's holding a present. Look at this. It's a Christmas tree with seashells. I really, really love the unique. I think I will, you know what? There's no think about it. They make my favorite ephemera. I used to think it was all in Create, but Uniquely Creative is taking over. Actually, but all in Create do some good stuff too. You know what? It's a tie. It's a tie. Tie for the favorite. Yes, Michelle. I see this is the grungy side of me, right? It's why I really loved some of the collage soup stuff. Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of people use like the collage soup books for their junk journaling as well. And really, I mean, art journaling, junk journaling, mixed media, it's all ways to get moments of mindfulness into our day, to express, to de-stress is the way I use it. I dealt with it. I've actually been collaging since I was a teenager. I used to collage everything and I used to get, like Dolly magazine and stuff and cut and rip things out. So junk journaling to me is actually something I used to do without realizing I used to do it. Okay, we're going to stick the acetate on now so we can start building our front page. So I'm going around with some Arpamelin sticky glue. This acetate is giving me trouble. Oh, it's right there. They are. Are they currently available? I would have to check the website for you, lovely. And unfortunately, my link Ninja Naomi is out tonight because it's her lovely husband's birthday. Last time I checked, they were. Um, when I ordered my second set, but that was a little while ago now, a couple of weeks ago. So I would absolutely have to check for you, darling. All right. She's glued. I might even come in with the tiny attacher. Because I'm going to stick some ephemera on the front, I'll be able to hide the staples. So the glue is absolutely going to hold it. Like I'm not concerned that it's going to suddenly fall off. But because it's a thick page and this acetate is quite thick, it just gives me a bit more peace of mind when I use the tiny attacher. No, I want to go this way. So for those who don't know, the tiny attacher is a Tim Holtz product. It's a stapler, basically. However, it is small. The staples, I would say, half the size of a normal size stapler. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Yeah, just have a check. It was last time I was on there. And it just gives me a bit more peace of mind. You see emus? Oh, Michelle, they're my favorite. Magpies and emus are my favorite. My favorite, my favorite. All right, so what I'm going to do with this piece, I'm going to tuck it under the collage paper and pop him straight onto the acetate. What I might do, just so you can see a bit clearer. There we go. Just ignore the paint splatters, obviously. So we'll give that a bit of glue. I'm not going to go too hand with the glue on this. Just a couple of dots to keep it in place. I didn't have a plan when we started, but gosh, I'm actually really loving this. Do I want to add a second one? Yes, I do. So by tucking it behind the collage paper, whoops, that's too much glue, Tegan, spread that out a bit. It adds a bit of depth and dimension. And let me just bring this up. So by tucking it under the collage paper, I'm bringing that depth. So now it looks like the two layers are connected more instead of just layer, layer, layer. We're trying to bring that connection, very similar to what we did here with the stenciling, to integrate the raised cuttable part into the background. Very, very similar method. All right, it's got to be an emu on there. There just has to be. So that means we might have to stick. I don't really want them floating. And I also want to put a quote. So let me just find my quotes. Where did I put them? Over here. You guys tell me, gold, silver, or bronze? What do you reckon? You let me know. And I think I'm just going to go simply with the Merry Christmas. So think about, I'm probably going to put that up there maybe. We put a kangaroo there. Oh, look at a little possum. Little devil. Yeah, so if I stuck the devil there, he's just floating in midair. So it does, kind of doesn't make sense. We could put the kookaburra up here and sort of place him on a branch. And if there's no obvious branch that he'll sit on, we can then create one with some paint or some mark making. Look, I really could spend ages deciding where my ephemera is going to go. But you guys don't need to sit here and watch that. So hurry up, Tegan. I like the white. Let me just pull this out and see. Black or white? Okay, tell me. Gold, silver, or bronze, or black or white bird? You tell me. Oh, that's helpful. I've got one gold one. Hi, Jackie. I didn't see you pop in, darling. Speaking of paper crafting legends, she's in the house, ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Hay. I will never, ever be able to strive to her level of paper craftability. My God, have you seen her Christmas layouts? Like, Jackie, if you were my mother-in-law or my mum, I would weep with what you do for your beautiful children and grandchildren. Just, oh my God. All right, I've committed to the kangaroo. I've committed to the emu, so we're going to stick them in. We're going to stick them in. Jackie said black. I'm going with the legend. Black it is, darling. I need one more person to vote on a quote colour, though. And please don't say bronze, because we've already got a silver and gold. Let's pull them out and have a look. I also do just want to do some stamping on that back page too. What's the time? How are we going? Okay, so we've got the word Christmas. So that's the gold. It might actually be, oh no, that's a quote. What are you doing? Throwing it away, Tegan? I hope that's not too shiny. You guys not be able to see it. I think I just want the word Christmas. Does that say cheese? What else have we got? Sparkle. Oh, Christmas wishes. Oh, Christmas wishes is cute. Okay, so we've got gold, silver. Jackie, honey, I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't true. We've got a vote. The vote is in. I've got two silvers on my screen, so silver it is. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, team. I did try scrapbooking back in the day. Um, my mum was writing for scrapbooking, or I think, I think she got. Oh, that says greetings. Oh, maybe they are different quotes. Oh, yes, they are. This. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, she got right into scrapbooking, and she did a beautiful album of her and my father's trip to Tasmania, and then she did my brother's baby photos, and then she stopped. So she had the album and the grand plans to do one for me too, but um, I don't think it was a hobby that she sort of started, and yeah, we've all done that. Started hobby, went, oh, it's not my jam. So if I want one, I'm going to have to make one of my own. I did do one for my mother-in-law, and I did one for my gorgeous great aunt. Oh, there it is, wishes, Christmas wishes. We'll see if we use both. Um, but mine were very basic. They were very, very basic. And I actually really loved the way Naomi, when she was scrapbooking, incorporated the mixed media art into her scrapbooking pages. I thought that was quite clever, but I don't know. Again, it just wasn't my jam, right? Just wasn't my thing. All right, you guys nailed that. Silver is definitely the way to go. Here's my black cockatoo going on. Oh, they've just sold out. Oh, damn. There you go. Thanks, Nat. And hi, Nat. How you doing, darling? Black cockatoo. I think I'm going to stick him down still. Now, these quotes by Shio Light are divine. If you still have Christmas cards to make, look, I don't know, can you see the shimmer? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Get them before they sell out too. Of course, I've gone and used something that's no longer in stock. I do that all the time because I come in here with no plan. Tegan. Right. Christmas. Well, I can't stick it there. I'll cover the bird. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. So again, this is why I didn't glue every single leaf down, because when I'm doing a cutout tuck cut page like this, I like to be able to layer. And I say that, but it got stuck anyway to one of my splatter dots. Well, up in behind that. And now that I've done that, I'm going to tuck the leaf back anyway. There we go. Christmas wishes. Okay, done. All right, let me pop my ephemera that I didn't use to the side. Whoops, losing my poster. Okay, finishing off. We're nearly there, team, and we're nearly on time. I've got a minute left, but I'm going to probably go over just a tad. What I want to do is just bring a little bit of contrast to this back page. So I want some stamping, I think. And I'm looking at the shapes I've already got there, and I think I'm going to go with mixed media marks. One or two, one or two. Mm, I'm saying that, and I can't even find the second one. There it is. No, I think we're going to go mixed media marks one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're going to come in with some of these chevronies. Okay. All right, I've got my black archival ink. It is a permanent ink, which is wonderful for mixed media. So I've got a lot of things going up and down on my page. So now we're going to add not only some contrast with our black, but also with direction. So I'm going to be spinning my journal around quite a bit. And again, I'm trying to use the stamp to integrate the cuttable into the background. There for now. And then I'm going to go with the open chevron. And what I'm going to do here is the opposite to direction. And to me, it kind of looks like a set. That really wasn't the opposite direction because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I think I'm just going to add a couple of these on their own. Right in the middle. Okay, it's not the only stamping I'm going to do. It would not be a Tegan art journal page if there was not some kind of writing on it. So we're going to go to, where are we going to go to? See, I've moved all my stamps and now they're not where I remember them. I'm going with Live by Choice. This is probably my most used favourite stamp set that Nat has created for us. I'm just going to add some words. Now this time I'm going over the baubles. I tried to avoid the baubles with the chevron thingies. I think that's what they're called. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. The words. The words I'm going to go over the baubles with. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to splatter this page because I'm getting that splatter effect from our acetate that we've used here. Live by choice. If you don't have it, you need it. You absolutely need it. Okay. And when we have cutout pages, what I love is you get the double page, but then a page all on its own, right? So I am going to give this a border. I'm not going to use this Stabilo. I often border my pages with a Stabilo, but I am just going to use my black gel pen. And there is a random gum leaf following my hand. But where I'm bordering, you're not going to see it through the cutout page. So then this one also then can become a page on its own. Now these studio light sentiments, what that means is, let me finish this, concentrate, Tegan. There's the big quotes like we've put on the front page, but there's also some really little ones. So I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to take me a hot minute to decide which one I want to do. But I'm going to grab one and I'm going to put a quote where it's going to be hidden from this side. But when I open this side, I've got a standalone little page on its own as well. Two birds, one stone, right? Get the most out of your products. That's what I'm going to go with anyway. I'm considering a border here, but I'm not sure. I don't think I will. No, I'm going to sit on that. I don't think I will. I think it's going to stand alone quite nicely like that. So there you have it, my beautiful community. Christmas wishes, the OVUA, and cuttable bauble fun. I could come back and do some sort of edging on this backside. I possibly will at some point. But it also doesn't bother me. Not sure. I might be back now. Not sure. So sorry, everyone. Tegan's phone. Yes, thank you, Matt. All right. Well, I was finished, luckily, anyway. So there you go, guys. I'll post some photos. Thanks, everyone, for joining me so much. I had a wonderful evening with you all. Go and enjoy your beautiful crafting, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao.